Hey yo, what's good in the hood? It's your boy Dan the Man here, bringing you another movie review, because you know how we do up on the mid-level. Alright, so Spring Breakers 2013, my homies, okay? This movie is actually practically really funny, and basically the main things that surround it is like sex and like drugs and like money and gangsters. It was just hilarious, and it's interesting to see Selena Gomez in a movie with these things. You know, you don't usually see her on like Wizards of Waverly Place or doing something else with Justin Bieber. Um, and it looks like she took her first bong hit on screen in this movie, but clearly I don't think it was, because why would they be showing real stuff in movies, right? Anyways, let's go down the who, what, where, when, why really quick. So the who, basically, at the beginning, you would think it was the movie surrounded Selena Gomez, because her character plays like this Christian girl who is just living in this like small town per se, where she goes to, um, I guess, church school, and the pastor there is, quite interestingly enough, Jeff Jarrett from TNA Wrestling, or he looks like Jeff Jarrett. Anyways, and yeah, so like she doesn't look like she's too happy just in that place though, because to her there's nothing. To her, she knows that there's something else out there, but she wants to know what it is, and she is mixed up with friends that are like seriously into like drugs and alcohol, and like will do anything to get away for some time. So practically, we think it's surrounded by her, because the first like 45 minutes per se, it it's based around her. And when they get to spring break, she's constantly calling her grandmother and being like, "Hey grandma, I wish you were here. We're having fun." She's saying all this stuff, but she's like, "Yeah, we're not drinking, but they totally are, and they're doing this, that, and the other thing." And she's like, "Yeah, next year I wish you would come down with me." You know what I mean? And then she calls her mom. She's like, "Yeah, mom, I'm here, but I know you'll never let me go." And funny thing is, you know, at the whole concept of this movie is like to realize, like, you think life is good on grass is greener on the other side, but when you get over there, you realize this is brown, right? So first it was Selena Gomez. She was like, her and her crew, they were chilling, partying, spring break, getting all wild and crazy until the cops bust them. The way that they got to spring break though was pretty intense. Uh, Practically, her friends did an illegal activity in order to obtain the dough for them to go. You know, so they're there, they get arrested, and then this gangster named Alien, who is the best actor in the whole movie in my opinion, he bails them out, and then Selena doesn't like it anymore, and so she's the first one out of the four girls to dip after they get out of jail. Next thing you know, the who, what is what is spring break? What do you do on spring break? What are you supposed to do on spring break? So spring break, practically, if you're smart, you'll get smashed, and like you'll avoid the 5-0 and stuff like that. But unfortunately, these four girls, they have a lifelong hard lesson to learn, and they just they go all out, and they get they get into trouble. And then once this gangster buys them out, because of the illegal activity that they first performed, uh, they start hanging out with him, and then they start doing things of like robbing people and having more of the dough and just spending their time with him. Uh, Eventually, they get caught up in the wrong business, and this is after spring break, right? So they ended up staying with this guy for a while because he's got the dough. That's his shit. His shit. Watch the movie, you'll see what I mean. And he's got everything from nunchucks to different pairs of shorts in every color. Um, so, anyways, he ends up having like not a 100% sexual relationship, but like he ends up like having like lovable feelings for these girls, and they get caught up in the wrong moment. And the bad guy is Gucci Man, or Gucci Mane, and he had one of his boys shoot up Alien's car with the three girls in it. One of the girls gets shot, and then she's like, "I've done. I've had it. I'm leaving. You know, spring break. I'm done with it. It's over." So she calls her mom. Yeah, mom, I'm coming home. I'm gonna do better. I'm going to I'm done being bad. I'm gonna be better in school. I'm gonna be a good girl. I'm gonna be the best I can be. So she dips. Now they're down to like the next two. Uh, Practically what happens, it's a beef ting now, so they have to go up into Gucci Man's crib and get revenge for having their homegirl shot in the arm. And practically when you get in there, you have all this gun firing stuff, and they got these cute little pony pink colored masks, ski masks, and they're firing away at all these gangsters, and it's really funny the way they're like dying, such like hilarious, like it really cheesy acting. Great movie though. Alien was the best character. Who, what, where is Spring Break? I somewhere in the states where there's a beach. Who, what, where, when? Obviously, Spring Break. Um, Early May or whatever Spring Break is. Why? The why is pretty interesting. It's the whole concept of the film. They wanted to escape. They wanted to have a different outlook on life because they were badasses. So they're just like, we're gonna go, we're gonna party, nothing bad's gonna happen to us. Next thing you know, they get arrested. The life goes into a downward spiral, and they don't want to live this life anymore. So then they start realizing that maybe being kicked out of school, maybe trying harder is practically the best thing. Like, sure, you can have fun and you can party, but you got to be responsible. So that's what this movie teaches you in a very unorthodox way. I hope some people don't go through the extent that these girls went to go to spring break, and hopefully you don't have to learn such a deep and hardcore lesson. Definitely does speak to some people out there. So if you like this movie, you liked it, I'm definitely giving it 4 out of 5 because Alien is the best character, the funniest gangster I've ever seen in a movie. And that is my review. What you gonna do? Selena Gomez, good job. Now, I'm under the impression that since she was surrounded by like all this stuff, all this alcohol, all these other drugs, while filming this film, and remember, she was with Justin Bieber at the time, so she probably copped something from there and sparked one up with the Biebs, and then he got caught on camera. So you could hypothetically maybe blame what he did on this movie. How do you feel about that? Or you can just say he made up his own mind and did what he did because green is good, my friends. Anyways, I be out this piece. Much clown love.